Ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome back to our YouTube channel once again. And it is my hope and prayer that this video is actually going to find you guys in good health. Personally, I am fine. Kisumu is also fantastic. Maybe you could also let me know where you are watching the video from. The county or the country in case you are out of the republic. Ladies and gentlemen, when was the last time you saw Sabina Chege in the national arena? When was the last time? Okay, let me remind you the last time we saw Sabina Chege. During the National Prayer Breakfast meeting, Rigathi Gachagua broke protocol and invited Sabina Chege to speak. And Sabina Chege spoke. And that move by Rigathi Gachagua did not sit well with the majority of UDA members of parliament. Because according to UDA members of parliament, if it's a matter of women, Gladys Sholei is the senior most member of UDA in parliament, being the deputy speaker. But Rigathi Gachagua opted for Sabina Chege. And they're wondering, why Sabina Chege? But something is also happening. When was the last time you heard of Kanini Kega and his Jubilee shenanigans? The truth of the matter is that William Ruto is no longer boarding the bus of taking over Jubilee Party. So in this video, I want to explain to you guys why William Ruto has changed his mind, and probably the control of Jubilee Party is still going to remain with Jeremiah Kioni and David Murathe. Before we do that, in case you're watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click the subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support. Because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is now. Let us get to the main issue. You know, after the last election, William Ruto had hoped that Uhuru Kenyatta was going to retire. As fate would have it, Rigathi Gachagua had some bones to chew with Uhuru Kenyatta. So they committed a few mistakes here and there. And Uhuru Kenyatta then decided not to retire from politics. The truth is, that raid at Kenyatta's farm is what changed Uhuru Kenyatta's mind. Forget about the security which were withdrawn. Those are very small things to Uhuru Kenyatta. But when their farm were raided, that was the moment these guys decided to bring Uhuru back to politics. And that's also the same time Uhuru Kenyatta swore to protect himself. And a deal was reached between Uhuru, Maina Njenga, and the youths of the Kikuyu nation to actually protect Uhuru Kenyatta. And that can explain why, up to this stage, Mungiki is becoming a factor in the larger Mount Kenya region. But something was also happening. William Ruto was strategically taking control of Jubilee Party. He wanted to use that to force Uhuru Kenyatta out of politics. So the first thing they did was to identify individuals who could help them achieve that. So as a strategy to manipulate and as a strategy to humiliate Uhuru Kenyatta, they reached out to Kanini Kega group and Sabina Chege. So Kanini Kega was then supposed to take, I think, the Secretary General. And then Sabina Chege, a woman, was supposed to take over from Uhuru Kenyatta. And the schemes and everything was flowing smoothly until William Ruto realized a few things. So he has stopped any scheme of taking over the Jubilee Party. Why do you think he has stopped? Number one, you see, when Ruto wanted to take control of Jubilee Party, his main mission was to force Uhuru Kenyatta out of politics. Then Rigathi Gachagua joined in. And Rigathi Gachagwa's real mission for taking over Jubilee was also different. For Ruto, it was to force Uhuru out of politics. For Rigathi Gachagua, he wanted to have another political party in Mount Kenya. There's nothing which Ruto harbors than having another political party in the mountain. There is no way William Ruto can allow another political party to emerge. You see, if Kanini Kega and Sabina Chege were to regain control of Jubilee Party, then it was going to mean one thing, that they are going to now work hard to revamp that party in the mountain. And that's what Rigathi Gachagua wanted, so that he's going to have an alternative party in the mountain. Remember, in Kenya Kwanza, there is this story between Ruto, Mudavadi, and Rigathi. And most people believe that Ruto is not so sure about the support of the mountain. And therefore, he's been trying to gamble with the option of having Musalia Mudavadi. And because of that gamble, Rigathi Gachagua felt that he needed a strong political party in the mountain, so that as much as he was going to take control of members of parliament and politics of that region by virtue of being the vice president, then Jubilee was going to be there as a fallback. And that's what Ruto has said no to. Ruto is stopping Rigathi Gachagua from having Jubilee as a political party in the mountain in case of a fallout. And that's why, moving forward, it will be very difficult to see Kanini Kega and to see Sabina Chege taking control of Jubilee Party, unless Rigathi Gachagua will not be behind it. Remember, Rigathi Gachagua is currently trying to consolidate the mountain under his leadership. And at some point, William Ruto even stopped him from meeting with the UDA members of parliament from that region. And let me ask you a question. When was the last time you as an individual saw Rigathi Gachagua and Ndindi Nyoro share a platform? When? And let me also ask you, between Ndindi Nyoro and Rigathi Gachagua, who do you think has a special place in William Ruto's heart? Okay, let's not get there now. Number two, Jubilee Party no longer serves the interest of Uhuru Kenyatta, because they've already left Azimio. Sabina Chege, Kanini Kega, and those Jubilee cannot come back to Azimio. Which means they'll have to stake the other side. They were in a hurry and they rushed. Now they are on the other side. So for Ruto, he has already achieved whatever he wanted. So, sorry, someone disrupted me. So I was saying, for Ruto, Jubilee Party has already helped him achieve his objective. He has the numbers. He has now managed to push the finance bill. And I don't think William Ruto would need Jubilee as a political party to serve his political interest, because he wanted Jubilee coalition to support him in parliament. Out there, do you think there's any vote which Sabina Chege can give Ruto? I don't think so. Is there any vote which Kanini Kega can take to Ruto? If they could not bring those votes to Raila Odinga, what tells you now they have the votes to take to Ruto? So for Ruto, he has already achieved his objective, and therefore these people are no longer important in his political strategy. Number three, and I know most of you are not aware, is that the moment William Ruto made those attempts to take control of Jubilee Party, the international community sent a strong warning to William Ruto. In fact, even when Uhuru Kenyatta made that appearance at Jubilee NDC, the next day the international community went and met with him, because they feel that Uhuru Kenyatta's participation in politics is not good for Kenya and for also their international images. And because of those warnings, Ruto has backed down. Because what Uhuru told those people is that there is no way I'm going to allow my party to be taken over. But remember, there is an individual here called Rigathi Gachagua who has also his political objectives to achieve in Jubilee Party. He wants Jubilee to be his second home, a fallback position. And because of those international pressure, Ruto had to back down. Remember, Ruto is actually a product of the same individuals. So if I put you in power and I tell you, please don't go that direction, that's exactly what you do. Number 4, the moment Uhuru Kenyatta also decided to fight back, then Ruto realized that these things are not the way he thought they would be. Because Uhuru Kenyatta was fighting back strategically, and the fear is that if Uhuru Kenyatta were to decide to fight back, they can break the bank. You know, Uhuru Kenyatta's family's wealth, you can't quantify. So they can bankroll whatever they want. And that's something Ruto would not want to happen. In fact, sometimes I just look at Uhuru Kenyatta and I wonder how he could not manage or maintain those few members of parliament from Jubilee Party. He has the money. But because of the fight was now his, Uhuru was willing to stage a fight. You know, a former president coming out to take charge of his own party, and you are a sitting president. You know, and the international community are telling you this, the leaders are telling you this, forget about that one. So because of that, Ruto backed down. And lastly, Sabina Chege and Kanini Kega have been dumped because of the bipartisan talks. Let me refresh your mind a bit. As one of the conditions, the bipartisan talks were very clear. ODM side or Azimio side were very clear that for them to participate in the talks, William Samoei Arap Ruto and Kenya Kwanza must not interfere with the running and the affairs of other political parties. Then Ruto decided to second Eden Canaan into this team. As a condition, the talks could not proceed until Canaan was removed. So the talks collapsed. Why? As you are saying, because Uhuru is still keen on taking control of Jubilee Party. But who was behind the bipartisan talks? The international community. That's the truth. So they went to Ruto and told him, stop that thing, stop it. So until next time, hope you've enjoyed the video. If you've watched it up to this stage, please let me know. Just say, Liam here. I'm actually going to the village right now. Hopefully I'll be back in the evening. And maybe tomorrow I'll be attending some two funerals here. Bye-bye.